I see Cao Cao's old habits are back in force. He's been trying this way and that to bring Guan Yu under his command. They say he's given him all sorts of treasures, even the fabled red hair. It's a familiar sight. Cao Cao loses all restraint when he encounters talent. But he's a true hero now, trying to rule over the realm. And a great hero becoming overzealous over a single officer is a problem. I doubt Guan Yu would change allegiances over mere flattery. And if I'm right, the enemy just gained another weapon. I just hope it doesn't come back to haunt us later.
What perfect timing! Lord Cao Cao has called for you. We must hurry.
I have a question. Were you close to Guan Yu? Oh, I see. Guan Yu is a man of integrity. I imagine he will want to return to Liu Bei's side. But it would be a shame if such talent were lost along with Liu Bei's life. If possible, I would like him to join my forces. I had hoped that if you knew him well, you might be able to think of a way to win him over. I had the same thought. As long as Liu Bei's whereabouts are unknown, there is little Guan Yu can do. If we can kill Liu Bei before Guan Yu finds him, then he will have no choice but to join us. That said, we are no closer to finding Liu Bei than he is. Before anything else, I want to know what Guan Yu is thinking. The moment our army has a chance to rest, I'd like you to find that out for me.
What? You're asking if I want to continue serving Lord Cao Cao? Certainly. He has been incredibly generous and has treated Liu Bei's family well. That is a debt I must repay in full before I leave. But I do not intend to stay here long. I will leave as soon as I know where my brother has gone. I, Guan Yu, will stand with Liu Bei until my death. That is an oath I will not break. That is not the issue. My loyalty is with Liu Bei. Simple as that. Liu Bei is weaker than Lord Cao Cao. A cause for concern in some ways, I admit. Whenever he sees others suffering or in misery, he is driven to help them, heedless of logic. Because of that, we, and Liu Bei himself, have had to endure countless hardships. Some may see that as foolishness. Others may jeer, calling it a lack of principle. But Liu Bei knows the suffering of the people. He knows the cries of the destitute who lack the power to act. I believe that is the quality necessary to bring an end to these times of war. Forgive my prattle, but those are my thoughts in full. I presume you came here at Lord Cao Cao's behest to see where I stand. If you would, please tell him that I am sorry.
Lord Guan Yu, I hear that Lord Liu Bei is still missing. I cannot imagine how that must feel. But I am happy that I could fight alongside you once more. And I say that in earnest.
I cannot thank you enough for saving my life and the lives of my brother's family.
No need. The loss of a warrior such as yourself would be a loss to the entire realm. You said the same to me once.
Zheng Liao,
I echo that sentiment. Lord Guan Yu, you are worthy of our respect, and I am glad we could speak once more.
Lord Shi Huang,
My training with you was my salvation when I lost my way. At the risk of sounding presumptuous, I hope our presence here eases your suffering even a little.
Aye, we may have different reasons and circumstances, but we are all warriors climbing the same peak. If we train and continue to better our minds and bodies, a path may one day present itself.
I am beyond grateful to both of you. Let us spar, that I may reforge my wavering mind.
Nothing would bring me more joy.
Yuan Shao's forces gathered around Baima greatly outnumber our own. They must be trying to quash our potential strategies with sheer numbers.
Be that as it may, any commander who would lead such a massive army is bound to let his hubris get the better of them. We must discover and strike at where they have been negligent. The question is how?
Send a small force to ambush them? No. It would be but a momentary diversion against an army that large. Though if we can separate their forces, we may be able to take them down one group at a time.
Separate them how? I doubt Yuan Shao would be easily fooled.
If one wants to catch a catfish sleeping at the bottom of a pond, one must use valuable bait.
Bait?
Very well. I will join the assault. Then even Yuan Shao will panic and send his army.
Lord Zuluan has a discerning eye.
What does peace even look like?
The scars left by the Weebu's assault.
Let's begin.
Yes.
Got it!
Yes.
Listen.
Victory on the battlefield is worth any cost.
Now go. I will act as bait and lure away their main force. You take a detached force to drive through the gap and relieve Baima Castle.
Those are Cao Cao's forces, headed for Baima Castle. I have to warn Lord Yanjin.
If they inform the main force of our position, we will lose the advantage of surprise. Quickly, pursue them!
We will keep the enemy at bay. You must hurry to Lord Yanliang's side. March forward!
We have received word that Cao Cao himself is headed for Yanjin.
The enemy officer.
We cannot let this opportunity go to waste. We shall send our troops to target him. We march at once!
The enemy officer has been defeated.
It appears we have evaded detection by the enemy for now. We will continue our advance swiftly and silently.
This territory makes him an excellent decoy. Just look at the size of the force they've sent after him. With this many of their soldiers here, Baima should be relatively unguarded. Our task is to do all that we can to protect Lord Cao Cao.
Their numbers matter not, for I will never falter. With enough wisdom and courage, there is always a path to victory. Begin advancing!
The ambush is about to begin. We must act as one.
The strength of Yuan Shao's forces lies in their inexhaustible numbers. They seem to be pouring out from the fort in an endless stream. We should first focus our efforts on taking the fort. That will force them to change their strategy.
Now advance! Behold, Allied forces are marching to our aid. This will be enough to break the siege. Stand strong! Our victory is imminent! The enemy officer has been defeated. Cao Cao, a great debt of gratitude. This battle is my chance to repay it with my blade.
This territory is ours.
Fight me! If you think you are skilled enough!
My power alone is insufficient for a comeback. An improvement at last. But don't let up.
Taking the fort at Yanjin? The enemy officer cannot let that cut off our reinforcements. Quickly, we must reclaim it. Let's go. Let's start the advance. Let's go. Let's start the advance.
We are providing aid in this battle in accordance with our pledge to the people of the North. However, seeing as Cao Cao is loyal to the Han court, we have no objections to taking his life.
This is too good to be true. The enemy's massive force is beginning to crumble all on its own.
Let's start the advance.
There's not a strategist alive that can best me in battle.
I shall put an end to you with my intellect.
You could be. No, it's not possible. Cao Cao, you are a snake
The enemy
guarding
officer
the corrupt
has
throne
been
to
defeated.
satisfy your endless avarice. Chaos has stricken the land, and the tears of the weak cool at the feet of these emperors. That is why you must be eliminated. To bring peace.
Do not know who you are or from where you hail.
Time to
You seem to be driven by a strong conviction.
Let's start the advance.
this right.
None other could accomplish such.
The enemy officer has been
Continue
defeated.
to perform in this manner.
The sash of the sacred bird Luan. And those eyes. Yes, you must be.
We should stop here to assess the situation.
Prepare with haste. We're about to storm the enemy.
Here's the resistance is futile.
Worthy adversary indeed.
I can't believe the enemy officer has been defeated. The enemy officer has been defeated.
That's one more stepping stone on my path to true might. Face me one-on-one. You stand in the presence of Yan Liang. I am one of Lord Yuan Shao's greatest warriors. You really think you have what it takes to fight me? You do not lack the skill, it seems. This battle has only just begun. All my might. I can't believe this.
The enemy officer Situation seems
has
been defeated, but we must continue to fight hard.
Invested.
Can this be? Take this.
What? Yan Liang has been defeated.
The enemy officer
This cannot be.
has been defeated.
I can't believe we managed to drive back such a large force. We may be outnumbered, but this battle is far from hopeless. I have crushed this enemy officer beneath me! Send in Yuan Shao. Attack Yanjin and bring me Cao Cao's head.
Our next target will likely be the enemy forces at Yanjin. This time, we can send some of our soldiers to the front. We can cross the river to the north and attack the enemy from behind. We must also be prepared to scale the cliffs on the way.
Do not fear.
The time is right. We should attack now.
Normally, one seeks to overcome their opponent on the battlefield through superior resources. You, on the other hand, depend on your wits and courage. You may be my enemy, but I do admire your will to fight. You might even color me intrigued by it.
I'm glad it's you who has come to my aid. I would choose no other.
I claim another victory in the name of my brother. I knew it. You're a true warrior of the Three Kingdoms.
All my might.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
This has been brutal. I don't know how much more I can take.
As far as I can. There's no
The
virtue
enemy
in
officer
dying for so
has
little.
been defeated.
I shall retreat and fight
The
another
enemy
day.
officer has been defeated.
Hopelessly weak. All my might.
Take that! The enemy officer has been
You
defeated.
truly are one of a kind.
The enemy officer.
The enemy forces
has
of
been
Yanjin
defeated.
have greatly diminished. We will finish them off in one final assault.
I am Yuan Shao, one of Yuan Shao's greatest fighters. Any who believe themselves worthy may test their might against me. You are half bad. So your bravery isn't without justification. Situation.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Go! Looking rough. Damn it all. Why did it have to end like this? Let's go. What? Yuan Shao has fallen. This is not possible. What on earth happened? I could foresee losing either Yanliang or Yuan Shao, but for both to have been slain, you fought well this time, Cao Cao. But this brings you no closer to matching our might. In the end, there can only be one victor, and that will be me!
Winning the first battle bodes very well for our side, but overcoming their greater numbers will prove to be difficult. This is not where we will strike the final blow. We will pull our forces back for now. This was a great victory, and it is owed to your wisdom and strength.
We are humbled, but it is not yet over, my lord.
Aye. We've swatted away some of their troops, but the flow of the battle has not yet shifted. It looks like Yuan Shao is continuing his march south. They will overrun us if we do not intercept them.
To defeat a large army, we must first take advantage of the terrain. We will draw back the front line to Guan Yu. There, we shall make our stand against Yuan Shao.
Zuluan, it's been too long. So it really was you. I never would have expected this. But why didn't you tell me where you were? What's wrong, Zuluan? Why aren't you saying anything? Don't tell me you've forgotten who I am. You won't answer? Or maybe you can't. Then it's true. You really have forgotten everything. Well, I suppose I should have known. If you had your memories, you wouldn't have allied yourself with Cao Cao, the usurper of the Han. You have forgotten your mission, your ideals, and the promises you made. And now you're floating aimlessly through life. Yet even so, you are unable to escape your fate as a guardian of peace. You submit to a higher power and act as a weapon for them, just as you did as a guardian of peace once before. Though this seems even more pitiful. Juha, what did she say to you in the end? Did she tell you to forget everything and live on? Or to pursue true peace? If you can't remember, then let me remind you. Juha is dead. You were there when it happened. And now you're living a carefree life, free from any memory of her death. Perhaps that is the greatest insult of all. Remember, Zuluan!
Are you crying? Go, Zuluan. Down your own path. Are you crying? I'm fine. Go, Zuluan. Down your own path.
I thought you had both died. I never imagined. I thought I was alone. Maybe I was being foolish, desperately clinging to a past that will never return. I have some advice for you, Zuluan. If you insist on following the Han and allying with Cao Cao, then I will not hesitate to stand against you once more. You must remember who the Han are to us. Well, the point may be moot if Cao Cao is crushed by Yuan Shao in the next battle. I look forward to seeing him struggle.
Even with such an eminent family, Yuan Shao stands out as truly powerful, trumping even Yuan Shu.
Juha. I see. I had been wondering who she was, and why she chose to help you. It may be that the Juha you saw was a mirage, created by your own sense of guilt. That seems to be the logical conclusion. Zuluan, I believe now is the time for you to face the real Juha. You should figure out what it was that all of you staked your lives to accomplish. You, Juha, Bailuan, and all of the Guardians of Peace. Don't you think you're underestimating me, Zuluan? I think you ought to place a little more faith in me. The key to unlocking your past is most likely the incense used by the Guardians of Peace. I investigated your village and went through just about every relevant text I could find. It took a great deal of time. However, I'm afraid the truth is crueler than you might imagine, Zuluan. I would understand if you wish to avoid learning the truth. That too is a valid choice. But if you do decide you want to unravel your past, it would be my duty as a doctor to offer my full assistance. That said, we had best try out the incense first of all. I will be rather embarrassed if it doesn't help you remember anything.
So you remember, we fought the government forces that came to purge our village and were cut down. And now, you know, I am but a fragment of your memory, a mirage from your past, born of your deep, painful regret over having survived that day. I think this will probably be the last time you'll see me. You do not need me anymore. Because now, you remember it all. The dreams we shared, the path we chose, the hopes that I passed on to you. I made my own choices, my own decisions. I lived my life without regrets. Feeling guilty for our deaths only cheapens our resolve. So please, do not blame yourself anymore. From this point on, do not let your desire to atone for your past shape your future. Instead, be guided by your will to see your choices through. Now, go forth. You do not need to look back at us anymore. And thank you. Ziyuan, take care of Bailuan for us.
Good. It seems you were able to remember Chuha. That success is a weight off my mind. You did well. I officially pronounce you cured, which means my work is complete. Yes, there is nothing more to be done. No, I think not. Now that you've rediscovered your past, you've no more need of a doctor. Besides, I was thinking of taking a trip to the place where my father studied medicine. Better late than never, huh? As for you, Ziyuan, you will be fine without me. Now that you know who you are, you're free to live your life as you wish. Such maudlin sentimentality. That doesn't sound like my Ziyuan at all. Did you eat something strange? But yes, despite my teasing, our journey has been one of the most rewarding times in my life. I met so many people, all fighting to survive this chaotic era. On second thought, maybe I could linger for a while longer yet. After all, what better place to fulfill my duty? Well, I'd call it a duty, but it's a humble matter compared to the exploits of someone like yourself. I learned medicine from my father, and he from his father. Along with that knowledge, they passed down the ideal of healing the sick and aiding the wounded. Now that I'm of a certain age, it's my duty to pass that ideal on to someone else. Just as Chuha passed her dreams and ideals on to you. Which is a roundabout way of asking, would you let me travel with you a little while longer? What is there to understand? Let me accompany you on your adventures, just as I have been. And please, Don't make me beg. I shall continue to be at your service and provide what help I can.